1993 BMW M5. This is the E34 shape and it's the later model, so it's the 3.8, not the 3.6. So that's the larger power output, slightly larger engine, more preferred option. As you can see, it's finished in metallic silver. If we quickly just sort of skirt around this side, you'll see that it is all one colour silver, which is nice. It's not a patchwork quilt of different shades. See, all the way around, all one colour silver. It's in very standard condition, so it's on the correct, what you call through-in star alloys, with very good tyres on it, but we'll get through those. Interior is nice and standard. It's not been messed with. It's probably quite a rare thing these days. So your M5 did get a slightly two-tone effect, so they've got a gloss black lower body kit on these, whereas some of the darker coloured cars maybe got silver, which you'll see if you have a quick Google, you'll see the sort of different options available. If we start on this driver's front quarter, you'll see this side of the bumper, all nice and clean. The bumper sits lovely and straight. All the gloss plastic is nice and dark. It's not faded or anything like that. And the lower part hasn't been rammed up a curb or anything. We do have a little bit of bubbling just starting to appear on this arch here. Really common on an E34, but obviously wants addressing. Like I say, the wheels are in lovely condition. Tiny little bit of pitting just around where the centre cap is on this one. But it's got good Continental tyres all round, matching tyres. Looks like they were put on at the same time as well, which is always a good sign of good ownership. If we look down this side of the car, nice and straight, all the way down. There's no sort of ripples or dints. Panel gaps are lovely. We do have a little bit of bubbling here as well. So it's just really this arch in general that wants a bit of attention. That body kit sill cover, all nice and straight. That's not been rammed up any curbs or anything like that. Wing mirror nice and tidy. You've got a very small scuff just here. The driver's door itself is nice and clean, as is the rear driver's door. No sign of any marks, especially around the keyholes and everything. That's all good. This arch on the rear here is nice and solid. You've got a tiny little scab just in the bottom corner there, and then another good wheel and another good Continental tyre. Where the rear bumper sits, you can see this gap's nice and straight. All the plastic again is nice and dark. It's not dried out or anything like that. Onto the rear, all the tail lights, nice and bright. No sign of any cracking or fading or anything like that. Correct M5 badge. No one's gone nuts with your silly badges that kind of spoil the car for me. And again, this lower half of the bumper, the gloss black, is all nice and shiny. And again, we've still got the toe eye cover on the back there. Quite often they go walkabouts, but that's still there. Up onto the boot lid itself, the spoiler is nice and straight. There's no cracks or anything in that, especially where people open and close the bonnet, but the boot, but that's in good condition. And the boot lid itself is dent-free, scratch-free, nice and straight. Heated rear screen, and as we go around the seal, you'll see it's all nice and straight, nice and clean. No sign of any corrosion. We've got a little bit of water there, but no sign of any corrosion. It has just been washed, so we've maybe not done the best job of drying it. And again, if you look down this passenger side, nice and straight. We'll show you the panel gaps as we get down. You've got a little bit of a seam here, a tiny little scab at the bottom there. But the rest of the rear quarter, lovely and straight, lovely and clean. This arch, it's all nice and solid. No sign of anything coming through there. And another good wheel with another good Continental tyre on it. Rear passenger door, nice and straight. No sign of any marks or anything on that. Same goes for the front passenger door. Quite often you might get a little bit of scabbing on the bottom. You've got a tiny little bit just starting to appear there. But other than that, the rest of it's nice and straight. Nice clean wing mirror. All the glass on this is lovely and straight. It's not got any horrible tint or anything like that on it. And then up this front passenger wing. A little bit, same as the other side. Tiny little bit of scabbing on the leading edge of the arch. Another good wheel with another good Continental tyre. Got a very small ding just in this piece of the bonnet there. You've got to get quite close just to notice it, but the rest of the bonnet nice and straight. You've got a few stone chips as you'd expect. Kind of the whole point of this car was to fly down the motorway, so it's going to get some stone chips. Headlights are all nice and clean, no cracking or anything in those. Another M5 badge on the grille there. Lower half of the front bumper, nice and straight. All the plastic inserts and stuff are there. Have a quick look at the roof. So it's a sunroof car. It does have a couple of little marks where it's had stone chips on the sunroof. But around the back and everything is all nice and straight. This one has the cloth interior, so the motorsport cloth interior, so you'll see on the door cards and the centre section of the seats, but it is still the sports seats. We've got, I'll pop the key in and turn the ignition on, but we've got loads of adjustment in them. Obviously being the M5, it is the flagship, so they give it everything they've got. So we've got all your electric adjusting for your legs there. Back, up, down, left, right, forward in time, backward in time, whatever you want. And it has got an immobiliser there, but we'll show you that in a second. Door cards all nice and clean, as is the driver's seat. It's not really any wear at all on that. Really, really good. Quite often you find quite a lot of wear on this bolster, but it's obviously not had a fatty like me climbing in and out of it all the time. The rear doors nice and clean there. Sure, it's from a different time with an ashtray in the back door. Again, this bench, lovely and clean. Quite often this sort of Alcantara stuff does wear quite badly. It does look really good in person. The camera never does those justice. They always look like they've got a bit of wear, but actually these are lovely. Lovely and clean, lovely and tidy. All nice and straight in there. And then you've got your BMW M's, get a black headlining, which again, lovely and clean. No funny smells in there, no sign of any moisture. It's just been washed. Not a drop of water or anything in there. Into the boot, and again, quite often BMWs give you this grey carpet in all their boots, and it always gets stained. But actually, this is really clean, really tidy. It's not been used for lugging loads of dirty stuff around in it. In there, we've got our 6-stack for the Clarion, and then we do have the net for the load cover. Obviously not fitted, but you've got it there. And then in here, you've got your full-size spare wheel. The boot floor looks fantastic, really nice and clean, really nice and tidy. Nothing at all to whinge about in there. Really, really good. Can be a bit of a problem area. And then most importantly, on a Beamer, if you're sad like me, one of the first things you check is the toolkit. And that looks to be, we're missing 2 small spanners and something that goes there, which was, I believe, lock and wheel nut, but these don't have them on. So 2 small spanners, and that's about it. So that's good to see. Nothing worse than opening one of those and finding it completely stripped. And to the rear passenger side, a nice clean door card. Backs of the seats are really good. They've not been sort of kicked or abused. And again, this side of the bench, lovely and clean, lovely and tidy. And then front passenger, another good door card. Nice and clean passenger seat. No sign of any wear on the bolsters at all. It's been a nice slim family that's had this for most of its life. And again, electric adjusting, bass, left, right, up, down, all that sort of stuff. In your glove box, nice and tidy. And more importantly, we still have the torch, which normally gets pinched by this point, but that's still there, that's good. It does have this Clarion aftermarket head unit, and it's got that 6-stack CD in the back, but it still has the trip computer, aircon, cruise, the correct motorsport steering wheel, which is lovely. I hate it when people change those because they're a really nice part of the car. And more importantly, it's manual. Pop the bonnet and have a look under there. Do like the way that these early Beamer bonnets open. So there you go, 3.8, 6-cylinder, individual throttle bodies. Really punchy engine. In here is lovely and clean. We do have a little bit of a paint flake there, presumably where it's been caught with something, presumably a tool at some point in its life. Nice and clean. There's no sign of any fluid dropping on it. I did check when we moved it this morning, where it's been parked for a couple of days. Not a drop on the floor, nothing there. Starts and runs lovely. I have briefly had it down the road because I do love these things. Really nice to drive, nice and tight. Gearbox is nice. Pulls exactly as you'd expect it to. Yeah, exactly what you want. Get it started up. Like I said, it does have an immobiliser, so it's just a blip on the button. And away you go. So we'll do that. Yeah, fires up straight away. No sign of any smoke. No nasty rattles from the front. Lovely and smooth. It is cold, but we'll give it a very gentle rev. Again, as you can see, no sign of any smoke or anything coming out the back. So there you have it. Late model 1993 E34 3.8 M5. If you've got any inquiries, please get in touch. We do have pictures of the other underside if you want those sending, because it's had all new brake lines and things fitted. So we've got pictures of that going on. If there's anything specific you want to see, you want a video call, or you can come in person and have a look. Whatever you need, just get in touch. Thank you.